Many rappers are expecting the Young Thug YSL Rico trial to be over soon, all due to the prosecutors in Thug's case. Once again, the prosecutors made the judge angry, and it would be reported the judge in Young Thug's trial was just arguing with the state because they were unprepared with evidence.
That's too late. The evidence is excluded. The evidence is excluded. I'm going to exclude because I told you that this was going to happen. No. We're excluding that. This is the last. I am not going to tolerate this any further. If you don't get together with your colleagues and flag issues and resolve them promptly, and if I have to take them up, remember, I can exclude them. We'll work the weekends, or we'll do a combination of both. So this time, I'm going to exclude those two sections.
There's nothing.
I'm not gonna have any more discussion about this, madam. I'm not. I don't. Well, you know what?
And I attempted to try to talk to them earlier this week.
Well, then that's why we have to.
The court punishes the state because the defense.
I'm not punishing anybody.
It seems as if every other day in the YSL Rico trial, the prosecutors are getting yelled at by the judge as they are never ready with the evidence they're supposed to have. Not only that, but it also made the judge angry when the prosecutors would ask somebody on the stand something they are not allowed, which would have it be reported Young Thug and his defense team's reaction to the DA asking a witness, "Are you afraid of Jeffrey Williams?"
You said you now know who Jeffrey Williams is. Are you afraid of Jeffrey Williams?
No, I know who he is.
Hold on, madam. Hold on. All right.
Obviously, you are not allowed to ask a witness this on the stand at all. A viral comment would then shortly share, "What I want to understand is, are they trying to waste his time being Young Thug and have him spend years in there without any evidence to weigh against him?" Now, this is exactly what they actually are doing. Online lawyers even expect Young Thug's lawyer to make a move for his release, as the entire YSL Rico trial has very little evidence to show that Thug is guilty of anything. There would be a report that would read, "Expect Thug's legal team to push for a mistrial. The rapper's lawyers have clearly won over the jury, while the prosecutors have provided little to zero evidence," as Young Thug's lawyers are literally proving why they are costing millions of dollars for Young Thug. As the jury loved the actions that were made by Young Thug's lawyer recently, as Brian Steele made Young Thug cry inside of the courtroom when he said that he would put his life on the line for his client, Young Thug.
I mean, I'm not saying anything, but if true, that's a pretty serious accusation.
If true, I'll right now. How about that, Judge Glanville?
Your Honor, I object to this.
I don't care about her objection. I'm speaking with the court.
I object.
I'm speaking with the court.
Okay.
I'm speaking with the court.
Let him finish, and then you can state your.
My point is
making it very obvious that Thug made the right decision with his lawyer staff, as what Brian Steele did next puts his entire career in jeopardy, as he would call out an entire Atlanta police station, because Brian Steele is very angry with the court system and how they have been treating his client Young Thug. It would be announced that Young Thug's lawyer is fed up, and he calls the judge in the case biased against either him or his client.
Want to move the case, but when the court, it gives me no pleasure in saying this. I believe that this honorable court is biased against Mr. Williams and or his counsel, and I ask you to consider recusing yourself, or don't do this again to me. This is inappropriate to me. I respect you, but what am I supposed to do? Sit there while you do this? I didn't do anything wrong. I did exactly what you teach me to do and the courts teach me to do.
All right.
But instead, no, I gotta finish this. Then I get told to this court says by Prosecutor Love that I'm not being candid with the court and I'm misrepresenting because Mr. Bean never went to the hospital at Grady on September 11, 2013, and Miss Love has a document on her desk to prove it.
It is pretty rare when somebody inside of a court system calls out a judge for being biased against a certain party. Now, Thug's lawyer, however, though, is completely right in the situation. If it wasn't for the judge dragging the trial forward, it would already be over by now, as there is no trial that should be going on where you see lawyers calling out the DA for being able to talk the ears off of a donkey.
Are giving me the moment to speak. Thank you.
Your Honor, I apologize for interrupting the state earlier, but the state can talk the ears off a donkey. This continued filibustering has got to stop so that opposing counsel
can speak.
Making it very obvious that nobody inside of this courtroom is taking it serious at all, as the state prosecutor would obviously not appreciate that comment at all, where she would then stand up, begin arguing with everyone and a judge, so much to the point that an officer had to step in to make her stop. And all while everyone was arguing inside of the courtroom, Young Thug was seen trading his snacks with another YSL member. It would be at this moment that Young Thug's lawyer would have to take over the situation and make everyone focus on the task at hand, where he would then go on to put his entire career on the line because he would end up calling out the Atlanta Police Department for lying about evidence against Young Thug. This is an extremely bold claim to make inside of a courtroom, and one that jeopardizes his entire career. It goes and reads, "Your Honor, as my eyes roll, I'm about to show you why I don't believe the City of Atlanta Police Department at all."
I have
No recording of whom?
Detective Lewis at the hospital, Grady Hospital, September 11, 2013, meets with Walter Murphy. And Your Honor, as my eyes roll out of my head, I'm about to show you why I do not believe the City of Atlanta Police Department at all. This is served in discovery. I will mark it Mr. Williams C and D. And then you tell me if I'm supposed to believe the allegations from the state of Georgia.
As this would turn the entire courtroom into an absolute mess. The judge would end up calling out Young Thug's attorney here for stating that the Atlanta Police Department lies about the evidence, because this is an extremely bold claim to make, and it's one, like I said, that jeopardizes his entire career.
Well,
Not conceding that?
well, I'm going to tell you that I haven't heard anything that would indicate that's truth.
Yeah, well,
That you have a good faith basis to ask that.
You haven't heard anything of who he spoke with. That's my point.
That's the point.
But you all can't. But you two, neither one of you can proffer that.
Judge.
It's not proper, Mr. Steele.
No. Listen.
It's not. It would be a violation before me for you to put that in front of this jury.
In the September 17, 2000.
You are saying to the court that you have a belief that there is another statement out there. There's not.
How could you say that?
Because it hasn't been brought up. If it gets brought up, then we'll correct it at that point in time. But right now, I'm going to direct you not to inquire that line. You don't have a basis to do so.
As the evidence that they are arguing about is based around a man named Adrian Bean. The Atlanta police station is trying to use evidence against Young Thug that Adrian told them back in 2013. However, now in 2024, Adrian Bean says he no longer remembers giving them that evidence over a decade ago. The original report reads, "Unlike Trontavious, Adrian is not bound by a plea deal. He was a part of a 2013 crime where 4 people were involved, but 1 escaped and was never caught. They now need Adrian to snitch on Young Thug on the stand like he did in 2013, but now he refuses." Adrian originally did snitch on Young Thug all the way back in 2013, but because of the police taking over a decade to start the Rico takedown of Atlanta, Adrian has now allegedly forgot about the crime.
After you answer the question, which you have to do,
Because I don't remember nothing that happened in 2013. That's what I'm trying to explain to you.
I understand. What I have to do is ask you some questions and determine what you do and don't remember. So, what is your response as to whether or not you recognize the images shown in Defendant's Exhibit number 8?
I don't remember.
All right. And I'm going to show you Defendant's Exhibit number 81. Do you recognize what's shown there?
No, ma'am.
All right. What about number 101 for Defendant Exhibits?
You see a car, but I don't remember it.
Okay, that's fine. Is your answer the same for Defendant's Exhibit number 82, number 89, and Defendant's Exhibit 90?
Yes, ma'am.
And the prosecutors need to make Adrian confirm what he said in 2013 to them is still true to present day, but he no longer remembers doing it in 2013. Some sources claim that YSL members could have paid Adrian and his family off not to snitch, but others believe that he actually did forget about the crime, and here's why. Adrian has gone through a lot within the last decade. From being in and out of prison for the last few years and also having a narcotic issue, Adrian states that he forgot about it due to all of the stress stress that his life has been like for the last decade.
I really don't have any knowledge about 2013, ma'am. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand. I don't really have any knowledge about 2013. Once I have went to prison and came home from prison and done my time, everything that happened in 2013 or whatever has been put behind me and set forth. So I've been, working and just doing my thing since I came home from prison. I don't have no knowledge of nothing that happened 10 years ago.
And without Adrian giving them and confirming the evidence that he gave in 2013, the prosecutors really have nothing against Young Thug. To show the jury that they have something against Thug, they would bring up an investigator from the police station for over 10 years. He didn't share much, but he would end up revealing that Lil Wayne allegedly has affiliation to the same street team as Young Thug.
And are you familiar with who this individual is?
I am.
And who is that?
It's Dwayne Carter.
Okay. And does he have another name that he goes by?
He does.
And what is that?
Lil Wayne.
And are you aware, through any of your non-trained experience, if Mr. Carter, Dwayne Carter, self-identifies as a member of?
I believe that he does.
Okay. Tell the jury if you need to stand with the stick and point to what those identifiers are within Defense Exhibit 31.
There's a large MOB across his chest, often used particularly by West Coast, but is used across the country. He has 5 red 5-point stars across his chest.
He would also go on to mention that YNW Melly could also have street affiliation to Young Thug, as the two rappers were involved in a Facebook post together where a caption could reveal a hint.
Same thing, the use of the slap term, 5-point star, snake. He's saying he's YSL, he's hanging with Young Thug, and he puts up his YNW for life hashtag on it with the 5-point star as well. Mr. Demons has the big B hand signs displayed.
Okay, and see the individuals again. I'm assuming that's also Young Thug. That's also unknown.
Yes.
Also important to your investigation, correct?
Yes.
Also publicly available for anyone to see and tap.